Third attempt at alive. Okay, hello. It's been one of those days today, which we're not complaining about. We love being busy, and it's such a nice thing to feel so proud of the quality of food that we make at Nurturing by Nature. The rose is because it is Valentine's Day today, so I thought I'd use that as a microphone because why not? There's a little one that got left over. It fell off. It fell off in the packet the other day, so I thought I'd save it, and it's been sitting in the kitchen. So here he is as my microphone for the day. Yeah, so you just saw the quality of the gourmet game. I'm going to show it to you again. And we've had a few phone calls about this because people do love this product, but we don't get a huge amount of it because we don't have access to the game. It's all locally sourced and it's from a local person that makes it for us. Well, he produces the game. We do the making of the product. But if you want this and you can't find it on the website, you can find the smaller packets, but they're out of stock. We've got the big ones in store. Just give us a call because we've got about 30 or so of these left now. And we will do our very best to make some more along with some more venison. And this is a mixture of pheasant and partridges, and it's the full bird. So you get a good mix of meat and bone with that. And then some other things that you can't pick up online, sadly, because of the packaging, because we're waiting for the other packets to come in, are things like the 100% white fish or the salmon. These are the 500-gram salmon in our old style packets. Now, I don't think it would be a problem if you want us to send these out, but I didn't want to put them on the website and then people be unhappy because they're in these tubs, or also because they might crack in transit. So there will be a way of getting around it and getting it out to you, and we can do it. So give us a call if this is what you want. Please call the office on Monday or whenever you're next available to come. Give us a call, 625 728, and we'll do our best to get what you want out to you. If you can't find it in this shop, we'll ring around the other stores because we've got 4 in Dorset. We'll ring around and find it for you. Nurturing by Nature has been around for 20 years now. My mum Nettie, she started it all those years ago because of her boxer dog Fred had cancer, and she wanted to help him, and she'd heard that by changing his diet she could make a real difference to him, and it really did help him, and that's the reason why she started Nurturing by Nature. It's a real story. Fred was real. You can see him on our website, and we're really proud to say that our principles have stayed the same. We don't make any fancy mixes. We keep it really simple so that we can try and keep the cost down for you, but we always source products that are excellent quality. So the ingredients that go into our foods are always checked by us. And if we're not happy with something, we won't use it. If we wouldn't feed it to our dogs, we don't expect you to feed it to your dogs either. So that's one of the things that we always stick by. And that's what Mum started it off with. And she and we continue with that principle today, because it's not all about nutrition, although obviously that's a very important part of feeding raw. It's about being able to be lucky enough to give your dog this choice of a meal. Not everyone is able to do this. Not everyone's got access to products like this. So you should, we are really lucky to be able to offer it to you, and I feel that you're quite lucky to be able to buy it from us as well, because we always care about what goes into the food and how we run Nurturing by Nature. And it's about making sure that your pet gets the absolute best. And we know that using the sources that we do get good quality ingredients in all of the mixes that we do. And you know exactly what you're going to get because all the packets are really simple. And yet we do make a lot of products that contain chicken, because chicken is a really readily available, accessible meat for us in this country. And also it's very digestible for your pets. And just to give you an idea, this is one of our 500-gram minces. It's 500-gram minced chicken, and that's the plain chicken. That's $1.69 for 500 grams. One of those will feed a maybe Cocker Spaniel for a couple of days. Obviously, it depends on the weight of your pet, and it depends on how much energy they use and how old they are. Depends on how much you're feeding. But in general, that 500-gram packet is a really easy way of doing it. And we've had it in the past where people go, why don't you do a kilo? And I feel like saying, why don't you just buy 2 of them? because that's the same sort of thing. And it's easy for us to produce the 500 grams, which means we can do it quickly and keep the cost down. I did some work with Mum earlier this week, so she's done some audios and practicing how to speak over some of the videos. So we've been doing that this week. I've been doing them too, but she's working on getting better, and she's also doing she's writing some information down that we can share with you, and hopefully we'll be able to put it into something at the end of it all, and that will be like a legacy for her, because she's worked really hard to get Nurturing by Nature to where it is. She wasn't even going to employ anyone, and now there's 40 of us, so that's really nice. Really proud to be part of that, and it's cool to see how far we've come over those times. So every meal you serve from us is packed with really good ingredients, and when you feed a raw diet, I know those advocates of raw feeding, one of the things people mention is the poo. Another thing is the cleaner teeth and the brighter, shinier eyes and the softer coat and the less scurfy, and the dogs are not so greasy and the dogs don't smell as much. So there's so many things that make a massive difference. And really nice lady came in a minute ago, and she was saying how she buys her food from us. She's always wanted to use us, and she really likes how our food is 500 grams, so you're getting that a little bit more for your money. When you buy a pound of food, you're getting more, obviously, because it's 500 grams rather than 454 grams, and how these packets are a lot easier to deal with than some of the sausages that you buy, because you can just take these out when they are frozen, and you're not going to lose anything and wrapped around the food still. You could just pop one of these out into a defrosting container and it's ready to go. And she said how pleased she is that she can do that, and it makes her life so much easier. So it's about your dog's quality of life, but it's also about your quality of life, because you have to make that choice to feed for you, and you need to make it as easy as possible. Our packaging isn't beautiful and pretty, but you're not paying for the packaging with Nurturing by Nature. You're paying for the quality of ingredient that goes into it, and by keeping the packaging prices down, because we just use something so simple in a little packet like this, it's always marked up so you know what you've got. Most of the time you can read it. There was a time when some of it wasn't printing very well, I admit that, but most of the time you can read what you're getting, so you know what's in there. And if you're ever not sure about something, you can give us a call, and even if you give us the batch number, we'll be able to trace back what it is that you've got. We'll be able to see what we've made. We might have it immediately to hand, but we'll be able to give you that information. And I think that's really important, and it should be massively important to any raw food producer to be able to look into their records and make sure that they can trace everything. I mean, we have to be able to have full traceability on products. Everything that we sell has to be inspected when it comes in. So when we have our APHA inspection, we had one this week, and he came and he was obviously very happy. Nothing's changed. We're still making things the same that we do. We have not got any issues at all. They're really happy with us, and we set the standard for the area. Our machines may not be the newest, but they are the cleanest. The workroom is impeccable. Our team members are amazing. They know exactly what to do. Full PPE when it's necessary. Everything is checked correctly, and that's part of the integrity of Nurturing by Nature. We do things the correct way because that's how it should be done. We don't cut corners, and we don't buy from cheap sources like the traders, because we do get emails all the time, as do all the raw food producers in the country. You get emails saying, oh, we can do this for, if you buy 3 pallets and it's at the end of its date, you can buy it for cheaper if you buy extra, and it's come from Hungary or it's come from wherever. Whereas we do try and buy as much as we can from the UK. Some of the fish products, as we're finding with things like the sprats, we can't get those in the UK at the moment. We have to go further afield to be able to source frozen sprats. But we are working on getting some pallets over for you. They're just not going to be instant, because they have to go through quite a few different procedures to make it here. So you put your order in, they make it for you, then it has to be shipped over. Everything has to have a veterinary certificate. So it has to be checked to make sure that it's fit and healthy for consumption. So even if it's a dead thing, it still has to come with a veterinary certificate. But what I'd like to say, really, is that making that decision to make a raw choice for your pet is a great one. And thank you very much for choosing Nurturing by Nature. We do appreciate you. We had the roses this morning, and we would love for you to engage a little bit more on social media, because that's really going to help us, because we want to be able to spread the word about Nurturing by Nature. We've been here for 20 years. We know what we're doing, and you can see that in the quality of the products that we do. So I'm sorry about the croaky voice. I've got a bit of a bug. But I appreciate you joining me today, and let's catch up again soon. And if you ever want to have a catch up and a chat, if you've got any queries about raw food, or if you've seen something around the store that you like, then get in touch. I'm just going to show you some of the products that we've got in our freezers today.